You're in. Good evening, everyone. We'd like to call to order. Roll call
Metropolis.
here.
Mrs. Lebuzik, absent. Mrs. Lamb, absent. Mrs. Grow,
Here.
Mr. Medina,
Here.
Mrs. Berkeley,
Here.
and Mrs. Schroeder, absent.
Gonna say pledge to the flag. Right behind. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so introduction of guests.
Yes, we're very excited to have our families here this evening. It's one of our favorite days to go ahead and do our awards. If you're okay, I will head up and get us started. All right, perfect.
Dr. Thorns?
We
I'm sorry, we have to do secretary pro tempore.
Sure do.
looking for a motion for the pro-temp secretary.
Secretary pro tempore.
Nominate Joanne.
I'll second the nomination.
Okay, Mrs. Birkin.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mrs. Metropolis.
Aye. Looking for a nomination for
Yep,
the
that's the only one we need.
So,
vice president.
Yep, don't need to
Okay.
fill that one. All right. Can you just turn this so it's like facing people? when we do
Yep.
it?
Well, good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our third trimester award. Everyone, because, this is the time to really see the students, maybe not putting the same amount of effort. There's a lot of different events going on, the weather is getting better, they've been doing it all year. So I'm always really appreciative of our students who put everything they have into that last trimester. And you get to go into summer and really enjoy it, knowing that you did your very best. So we have our three schools that we can call out to recognize, and we do know that there are a lot of students who are not able to be here, whether it's soccer or baseball or softball, but we still want to read the names so that they are recognized. But I'm going to call Dr. King and Mrs. Geyer up to do our Ridge Central students.
We are going to start with our fourth graders. Sawyer Brush. Evie Fox. Brooklyn Gibson. Luke Jagoda. Caleb McDaniel. Matt Moy. Elena Connor. Eduardo Ramos.
there we go.
Matt Dwyer. Maximiliano Cisneros. Emily DeLuby. Michelle Rodriguez. Alejandro Vieira. Ali Zeiger. En Guadalupe Barbosa. And to our fifth grader. Mohammed Al-Mudi. Amaria Brooks. Anthony Calderon. Noah Pereira. Olivia Jordan. Ava Orlando. Henry Pierre. Eunice Rashid. Ayla McDaniel. Aldi Sarga. Sidra Hamsho Katai. Carter John. Adrian Urquizo. Violet Bogart. Zachariah Fala. Marlene Ramos. And Gracie Rodriguez. New crowd.
Okay, guys, you're gonna line you up for a picture. I'm gonna sneak right through here. If I could have. Yeah, so you guys come up front, you can come up front. Scoot over this way. Yep, you have them in the middle. We'll be right over here, right over here. Right over here. Yeah, sit behind you there. Guy, you might want to be in the front. Right, just keep
Keep smiling,
eyeing forward.
keep smiling.
Congratulations, everybody.
Students who just received their awards and send right over here to grab your treats. Next up, I'm going to call Mr. Younger and staging from Finley Junior High to our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Congratulations again to everybody here. Like Dr. Thorne said, it's always a great way to end the year celebrating those students that finished strong. So we are going to start this evening with our 8th graders. Once again, when you come on up, just stand up here. And then after we get all the students, we'll dismiss you to get your snack bag. So starting with Brianna Albertoni. Jose Pisana. Edison Daniel. Melissa Doyle. Syed Al-Nasser. Sophia Zuihan. Anna Clement. Salah Matwa. Liana Moore. Miguel of Green Jr. Maya Paredes. Alex Radusky. Sophia Scoble. Dana Samansky. Mark Samad. Megan Seguido. Caitlin Tarquino. Robin Trainier. And Alexei Trader Gianna Valenti. Thomas Ocasio, grade 7th and 6th grade.
Mel Alawi. Morgan Bending. Liliana Tamara. Daniel Hernandez. Abdul Jaber. James Mana. Lorelai Powers. Wally Rafati. Kira Kuchi. Mache Sinjai. Zachary Willard. And for our 6th graders. Here we go. Abdul Nasser Abdul. Maram Abdul. Sima Al-Far. Stella Butcher. Charles Peter. Olivia Dominic. Sandra Joseph. Addison Tylenbach. Natalia Alonico. Janine Weaver. Davion Jordan. Baka Hissing. Isabella Samosa. Naima Lowry Jackson. Claire Lewis. Liliana Martinez. Logan Melgoza. Kimberly Hewitt. Adam Rajewski. Harrison Schmidt. Kyle Stuckey. And Julianne Houston.
All right. let's get a restructured one. Yeah, when you come down here, follow me down. Come on back, guys. And then 3 rows. Slide to the back there. Yeah, when, right there, you got to go back. All right, right up front. Yep. Just make sure you guys can see the cameras. Do we have more up there? Great job. That's good though.
And last but certainly not least, I want to call up Mrs. Fran Picaro, who's the engineer from our host school redevelopment.
Thanks everyone for coming out on such a beautiful night. We are very proud of all of our students that attained straight A honors for the third trimester. In our 4th grade, we have Mr. Nabil Ahmed. Ms. Dean Jaber. Ms. Ella Hussein. In our 5th grade, we are proud to recognize Ms. Alexa Quintana. Ms. Ramsey Ahmed. Mr. Muwad Ali. Mr. Alway Chavez. Mr. Amir Mama. Ms. Nina Watt. Ms. Anissa Mohammed. Ms. Leslie Palacio. And it looks like we have some students that can join us this evening. We have Mr. Raphael Scott. Mr. Caleb Lewis. Mr. Kadeem Abdullah. And Ms. Jane Tabata.
You're talking to John.
You can't use cameras if you can't see you, so make sure you find a window.
Great job, everyone.
We did have one more student from Red Central we'd like to recognize. We have Brooklyn Gibson. Come on down. Great job. And then does include highlights from the words, like we congratulate all of our students. And definitely more than welcome to complete the rest of the meeting. And if you want to have any join, if you want to use it, please do so as well. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Just the second.
Thank you.
Maybe that's one of all the sign. Yeah, I did that one. I'll get you.
Thank you so much.
Right. Okay, so we are going to move on to 3.0, the approval of the consent agenda.
Yes, and before we do jump in for the vote, I just wanted to point out, we do have the student handbook and discipline code, which I know our team worked very hard on this year. We had a huge, I'll just call it a huge documents that we wanted to combine and make it hopefully easier for our parents and our staff to follow. I think they did a really, really nice job on that. So that is in there as well. So I just wanted to point that out and thank everyone for being a part of that committee.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Mrs. Earl.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. And Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 4.0 superintendent's report.
Yes, well, good evening. These are always my favorite meetings when we have this many families here in attendance, and it's great that we had this many come out with all the activities going on. But just kind of jumping right in, 4.1 is our enrollment update. You'll see we are at 1,431 students. That's an increase of 3 from last year this time, but it is a decrease of 30 students from this time last month, which we are seeing more and more of. Unfortunately, a lot of our families who have family overseas due to the prices of flights and everything have been leaving us early and earlier in the school year and coming back a little bit later and later. And that is not just a Chicago Ridge issue. That's something we're seeing kind of around. And it does make it difficult when we're trying to teach and get people in the same area. So we've been talking about different ways to combat that as best as we can. But I did want to point that out, that that's a trend we are seeing more and more of. 4.2 vacant positions and possible staffing needs. If you look in your packet, you'll see we actually took the sheet where it has all the lists of people and we highlighted into like a gray and a different color gray, I guess. And I wanted to point that out because we have been doing a lot of interviewing, a lot of hiring. And so even though that those positions are on there, they still stay on there until the background check has been cleared and everything. But we are doing a lot better than that list looks. We are still looking for special education teacher here at Lawn And then Finley, as well as an ESL position over at Finley. So those are our main ones. But we are in a much better spot in terms of hiring and interviewing than we were the last few years. So that's been really nice to see. 4.3, I will once again appoint Carrie Hilgons and Kathy Picciolini to serve as the district complaint managers for 24-25. It is their favorite role to take on. So I appreciate them doing that, but I will be recommending them for that. And then 4.4, we did talk about this at a previous meeting, and we'll be asking the board to vote on it a little bit later on. But we do have a resolution for the Eisenhower Cooperative Building Project. And if you remember, that is the one where we're adding 12 classrooms and playground space and all these different things for our students, as well as the other districts in the co-op. It's about a $13 million project. The districts would be on the hook if we paid up front for 1.75. And we do believe that we're able to do that because of our fund balances and the board doing a really nice job of being conservative. And we have to make that decision if we're going to pay it up front by September 1st. But today is really the day to just say we agree we're moving forward with the building project. So I just wanted to see, I know we spent a lot of time talking about it at one of our last meetings, but I just want to see if anyone had any questions since then. Okay, I am going to turn it over to Mrs. Nothnagel. I'll turn my computer around for her. She has a few items that she's going to go through.
So 5.1 is the state literacy plan. In your work packet, there is a one-page document both front and back that briefly describes the 194-page document. So I've summarized it for you here. But basically, this is the state framework to enhance literacy instruction statewide. It is a local decision on how they use the resource or how they implement the resource, really focusing on 3 goal areas, the students, the teachers, and the leaders. So the plan outlines different ways that districts can support literacy instruction, especially at the core, tier 1 for all students. And then outlining 6 different components for districts to consider. So the good thing to know is I was in the forefront of the development of this last summer and went to a lot of listening sessions around the state to see and start reading the draft before it was finalized. It didn't get finalized until almost the III conference November. January is when it got finalized. So I was able to incorporate a lot of this guidance into the planning of the ELA curriculum and the development and the pilot and all of the components that went into that work. So it was nice to be able to see this document, know that it's aligned with the work that we're looking to accomplish as a district in the area of ELA, and then those 7 components which are highlighted in the ovals on the bottom of the first page that our resource will highlight. If anyone would like access to the document, would like to learn more or read further into the literacy plan from the state, there is a link on the Illinois State Board of Education website where you can read that online. It's open for anyone to read in the community, even if they would like to learn more. And 5.2, summer professional development. The district is really excited to be able to provide our teachers, kindergarten through 8th grade, all teachers, EL or special ed included, for training on how to improve teaching and learning in our ELA classrooms through looking at resources and how those resources are aligned. And what are the best practices within good resources, ELA resources, along with learning about ELA standards and differentiation, small group, a lot of the things that our teachers have been asking for, especially this year, that we're going through an implementation of a new resource for next year. That's going to be at the end of July. And then we're also sending our math teachers at the junior high to a training on how to support multilingual learners and their families in the math classroom. So they all reached out, the junior high staff and teachers at the junior high reached out to Jeff and Julie and asked if they could participate. It's a 2-day training that's supported through a partner that we have been a part of for a very long time, the MCMI or Metro Math Chicago, Metro Mass Chicago Initiative. So we've been a partner with them for many, many years, and this is something that they're presenting as professional development as part of that partnership. And then also a variety of different professional development that new staff or teachers need to prepare them for curriculum resources. And then also that Leader in Me, which I talked about at the last meeting or the meeting before, that leadership program, any staff member that is going to lead that as an activity at the end of or throughout next year will need to have professional development on how to implement their curricular resources. So we'll be providing that over the summer. And then I do have two others, so 5.3 other and other. The summer school did start today, so we just want to thank the board again for giving us the opportunity to provide this for our students. We have a total attendance invited of 75 students, kindergarten through 8th grade. And that's our enrollment numbers right now, and there's lots of excitement and nerves with some new school, new teachers, some students on buses for the first time. So very exciting, lots of excitement. We're very thankful for the teachers that have applied to be a part of this. We did have to turn down a significant number of teachers, so it goes to show how willing and eager our teachers are to be a part of that. And of course, our administrators will all be here for 2 days supporting the teachers throughout the month of June as well. So thank you for that. And then also exciting news, talk about turning away teachers. Our elementary principals also had to turn away teachers for Leader in Me. Something we were very that was an unexpected thing. We were not anticipating that. So actually with conversations with Kathy Piccinini, we were able to find money in that ESSER funding and increase our elementary Leader in Me offerings from 6 at the elementary, 3 in each building, to double that. So we'd have 6 offerings in each of the elementary buildings because the staff was so eager to be a part of this opportunity of building leaders.
How do we decide who's gonna be doing it? If we had so many people asked to do it, is there like a lottery or?
So that's something that we'll still have to talk about as an admin team, because we know we talked about the last time, and impacting academics, we don't want kids to be excluded, so we'll definitely come up with a plan, and that will be rolled out in September. Yeah.
The staff.
Oh, staff, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Staff were chosen, I think one of the buildings we had just the right amount to increase to 6, and then the other ones were given the opportunity to host after school clubs instead. So no one was told no completely, it was just giving them a different opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that is the only other that I have. The only 2 others.
All right.
Thank you, Mrs. Nafnagel.
6.0 chief business.
Okay, 6.1, the summer food service program has started. As Megan said, today was the first day of summer school. So every student that comes to school is offered a free breakfast and a milk. And then also as part of the National School Lunch Program, we do open our doors to our community members, and anyone that wants to participate in a free lunch, free breakfast rather, they do need to eat on premises. But anyone 18 years and younger can come to Ridge Lawn between the hours of 8:30 and 9:15. And 6.2 is later in the meeting, we're going to have a public hearing for the Board of Education to approve the amended budget. In September, we make our best estimates on what the year will bring. And this is the time of year then that we do amendments. And I presented in detail the tentative amended budget last month. And now we'll be asking the board to approve. Oh, thank you. To approve the budget. But I did want to just make some highlights here for the board members and the community. This is our financial statements that the Board of Education sees on a monthly basis. But what we'd like to do at this time of year is make sure all the community members know as well. We started the year with a fund balance in yellow of $31.6 million. We are projecting a budgeted fund balance at the end of this month of $29,749,000. So when you look at those 2 numbers, our fund balances are actually decreasing by about $1.9 million. But the great news here is this number in green here. through our fund balances and extra funding, we were able to finance $6.5 million in capital projects alone. So when you look at the fund balances only decreasing by 1.9 million, taking into consideration that 6.5, it was a very strong year for the district, and we'll be taking those fund balances into the beginning of next year. Does anybody have any questions on this? Okay, and I do just have one other. Yesterday, we did start the lighting project over at Ridge Central. This is phase 2 of the lighting projects, and classrooms and common areas are going to have their fixtures replaced for lighting. And I also believe they were going to start today at Finley Junior High because they got a shipment of fixtures in. And then they will be starting at Ridge Lawn here, not until the beginning of July after summer school is over. So there's no disruption to the students or staff. Any questions on any of that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right, so public hearing.
We are new business 8.0 public hearing on amended budget.
So. All right, so we're gonna do 8.1, public hearing on amended budget, so I'm gonna open the hearing. I'm opening the hearing at 7:07 PM. Is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the fiscal year 24 amended budget for the Chicago Ridge School District 127.5? Is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the fiscal year 24 amended budget for the Chicago Ridge School District 127.5? One more time. Is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the fiscal year 24 amended budget for the Chicago Ridge School District 127.5? Hearing is now closed at 7:08 PM. All right, so we're also going to 8.2, which is a potential board action to approve the amended budget. Motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Bergen.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mrs. Petrafficus.
Aye. Okay, 8.3, public hearing on permanent transfer from the education funds to the operations and maintenance funds. So I'm going to open the hearing again. I'm opening the hearing at 7:08 PM. Is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the permanent transfer of $400,000 from the educational fund to the operations and maintenance fund? I'm asking again, is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the permanent transfer of $400,000 from the educational fund to the operations and maintenance fund? Final request. Is there anyone who would like to address the board regarding the permanent transfer of $400,000 from the educational fund to the operations and maintenance fund? Hearing is now closed at 7:09 PM. All right, so 8.4, I'm looking for a board action to approve the resolution authorizing the permanent transfer of the $400,000 from the educational fund to the operations and maintenance fund.
Make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen.
Aye.
And Mrs. Petrafficus.
Aye. 8.5, potential board action to approve a resolution authorizing the transfer of 4,500,000 from the educational fund to the capital project fund. Thank you.
I'll second.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Petrafficus.
Aye. 8.6, potential board action to approve an additional 1 FTE elementary teacher at Ridge Central School.
Yes, we talked back in April, just class sizes, and it's always a hard decision when to make it. We're right on the cusp. We at the second through fifth grade, we really try to keep it between 23 and 28. We're at 28, 28, 29 right now. We waited to see if we'd have any transfer outs. We did have a lot of transfer outs, but just no one at that grade level at that school. So you kind of balance, do you pull the trigger now and do that? Or do you wait until August when most teachers have found a job already? And just based on kind of watching it and not moving much at all over the last couple of months, I would recommend we hire an additional one so that we can have an additional fourth grade classroom.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Grow. Aye. Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.7, potential board action to approve the resolution ratifying an amendment to the Eisenhower Cooperative Articles of Agreement.
And this is what we had discussed with the construction project.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Grow.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.8, potential board action to approve a scope representative and an alternative.
And Scope is our South Suburban cooperative that really works with Springfield and just looks at the laws that are out there when they were just in session. We have people there who are really advocating for the best in education. So the meetings are actually during the day. They're either Zoom or at the Eisenhower Cooperative. And so I know in the past, we've had a couple different board members. I know Mrs. Lebudzik was the alternate. So whoever we want to nominate tonight is what we can do. Does anyone really want to do it?
Can I nominate myself?
You can have someone nominate you if you're interested. Okay. And we're also looking for an alternate.
That could be me.
We'll make Chrissy as the alternate.
I'll nominate Chrissy. Thank you.
And then we,
Second.
yeah, we need a second.
I'll second.
Check.
Wait, who am I second?
Both of them.
Both.
Yes.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Grow. Aye. Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. Okay, 8.9, potential board action to appoint an IASB delegate and alternate for the IASB, IASA, IASBO conference, November 22nd through 24th.
This is when we go downtown and they get to hold up like the paddles. This is one that we have typically had our board president be the representative and then our vice president be the alternate.
Nominate Chrissy for the delegate
Delegate
and Joy for the
alternate.
alternate.
Yep.
I'll second that. Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
And Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.1, 8.10, excuse me, potential board action to change the June 25th, 2024 study session to a special meeting.
We typically do this both to approve personnel so that they know going into the summer because we do not have a meeting in July, and then to pay any bills that we can get in before the end of the year.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second. Mrs. Grow. Aye. Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.11, potential board action to approve payment to Frontline Technologies LLC in the amount of $25,573.87 for Forecast 5 renewal.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.12, potential board action to approve a payment to Earth, Wind and Solar in the amount of $28,550 for solar equipment repair and reinstallation.
Yes, we have the solar panels at all three buildings here at Lawn. We have a really good camera shot of it. We had a big snow and it was on an angle and it just collapsed. So the insurance will cover a majority of that, but we do have to pay upfront now.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
A second.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.13, potential board action to approve payment to IT Savvy in the amount of $28,800 for Chromebook warranty damage protection.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Bergen. Aye. Mrs. Grow.
Aye.
Mr. Medina.
Aye.
And Mrs. Petrowitz.
Aye. 8.14, other.
Nope. Let's get to 11.0 if you want, for opportunities for visitors this week.
11.0 opportunities for visitors to speak. Yeah. Anyone? Okay, so then 12.0 is president's prerogative. So thanks for everyone for being out here. It was fantastic. I was surprised to see so many families based on the fact that baseball is blooming along with a lot of other sports and vacations. I feel like even though school has winded down, it has still been really exciting. I had the honor to pop into the 8th grade banquet, which looked like an amazing time. Lots of people looking fabulous, about to have fun. I felt like the 8th grade graduation at Richards was wonderful. It went off seamlessly. Thank you to everyone who was a part of it, who made it run so smoothly. It was a really, really nice evening. I also had the honor of being a part of the Burlington Coat Factory opening. We were lucky to have been donated a $5,000 check to Rich Central from this new business. So it was very nice to be there with Dr. Thorns and both the principal and assistant principal from Ridge Central to get this major award. So I thought it was really wonderful, and to just see the community supporting us and coming together with the mayor and other people from the community. As the summer is kind of winding into full bloom, I hope that teachers get a time to reset, relax, refresh, to come back. I know that I am a teacher myself, so I always love to have the summer to have with my family, to take trips, to just enjoy life a little bit, but also be able to reset. So when I come back in the fall, I can be shining, and I hope that everyone can do that. For those of you who are working summer school, good for you. And for those in the office who are here all the time, keep us running. I really appreciate it. I just appreciate what? Oh, we did go to preschool prom. I forgot to mention the prom. Yes, we did go to the preschool prom and wore prom dresses. My daughter graduated preschool, and I'm sometimes extra, but I wasn't made to be less. So it was definitely a beautiful thing that was put on by Ridge Central and the preschool teaching staff. It was very fun. They had music, they had the most beautiful photo booth, balloon arch, and I just think the kids absolutely loved it. So just thank you for reminding me of that. Lots and lots of really great things going on. So I just want to thank all the teachers, all the staff, everyone for everything that they do throughout the year and throughout the summer to keep the building going. And that's it. Good luck. I hope everyone has a really good summer.
All right, well, what I have to say is not as exciting, but I will read our adjourned to closed session. For the purpose, the discussion of appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel.
We're
Okay,
done here.
can't read in the dark. Lodge against an employee of the public body against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. However, a meeting to consider an increase in compensation to a specific employee of a public body that is subject to the Local Government Wage Increase Transparency Act may not be closed and shall be open to the public and posted and held in accordance with Open Meetings Act as defined in the Open Meetings Act, Section 2C1. The discussion of collective negotiated matters between the public body and its employees or representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees as defined in Section 2C2. The discussion of litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of a particular body has been filed and is pending before the court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered in the minutes of the closed meeting act as defined in Section 2C11, and the discussion of minutes of prior meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act as defined in Section 2C21 for the purpose of review, approval, or release of such minutes. We will not be discussing any security procedures or student discipline during this closed session. A second.
Mr. Burrow, Mr. Mulino?
Aye.